Hello, my name is Hisham Musalhi. I'm creating this short video to show you how to create exterior elevation from a 3D model in SketchUp. So I have created previously a video to show you how to create interior elevation from SketchUp. So please, if you don't know how to do so, just refer to the previous videos. Okay, so I have here the model, and I would need to have just a little bit of tweaking here, some tools, and change the menu here a little bit. So to do so, please go to View, Toolbars, and then you will have all the toolbar setting here. So I prefer actually to use the large tool set instead of the default one, and I will add here shadows and views. Okay, so I'll close this for now. So I'll have all what I need for this tutorial, and of course I have to show you also that we can just get the default tray by going to Window, Default Tray, and Show Tray. So whenever I need any other settings, I know where to go now, but for now I will close this. So to be able to get an exterior elevation, first I have to go to change the view. This is bird's eye view. I don't need that. I just need front view for now, and by pressing Shift and middle button, my mouse, I can get a front view, a nice front view here. However, this is not elevation. This is not architectural elevation. Architectural elevation is two-dimensional, is not 3D. So as we see here, there is vanishing point. We don't need that. So how can we get two-dimensional projection or parallel projection, as we say? So we'll just go to Camera and choose parallel projection instead of perspective. So now we have nice two-dimensional elevation. Okay, again, Shift, middle mouse, and we can center the view here. Good. So we have here nice two-dimensional elevation, which we need to have some also background and some figures or whatever we need to add. Before we do so, I would have to have also few settings. First, I want shadows here because this is too flat. Adding shadow or shadows will not change this to 3D. It is still two-dimensional, but it has shadow in it. So I actually prefer to have shadows to have the 3D effect without affecting it is two-dimensional status. Okay, so I'm almost ready to export this to Photoshop. Before I do that, I would need to change the background here because this is sky. I need to have this before exported to be transparent. When I export it to Photoshop, I can replace this area with my background of my choice. To do so, I would go to, again here, Window, Default Tray, Show Tray, and then you will see here the styles. Most of us use the default style. Okay, however, this default style has a sky here. So to change that, just go to Edit and uncheck Sky. By unchecking the sky, it will give me transparent background when I export it. So I don't need this default tray anymore. I will close it. Now it is ready to go to Photoshop. To be able to do that, just go to File, Export, 2D Graphic, and we have to make very sure that we choose PNG, and I will tell you why in a moment here. Not any of those format. I need PNG. Okay, and I have to go to options. I know the default here use view size, so please uncheck that and then put this as high resolution like 3000 instead. You don't have to worry about the proportion because the proportion will be adjusted automatically. Also, this is a default. Transparent background is unchecked, so please check it. So uncheck this, have the appropriate resolution, and check transparent background, and then OK. Now I'll export this. It will take a moment because it is high resolution. Good. So now I have it here, and we will see in Photoshop that this will be transparent, so you don't have to worry about the white background here. Okay, now I'll go to Photoshop, open this file here, open here, and we will see that this is transparent background here. Okay, and it will be layer 0. Good. So I need to get a background or appropriate background from the internet, and also I'll get figures here to have as foreground. So I'll go here. I searched that previously, but of course we can have this again here. Just search for Toronto panorama, and a tip here, just go to tools and choose large, because if you didn't press that, you will get low resolution ones or medium resolution ones. That what you don't need. You need just large or extra large one. Okay, so choose large one here. You'll get appropriate background. Depends on what is your background effect. You can have like night shot or day shot. Let's get the day shot here. And when you choose the background, as we have two-dimensional elevation, make sure that this almost a two-dimensional elevation. Of course it is in perspective, but as it is really far away, so it is almost two-dimensional. Don't choose three-dimensional one with vanishing points, very clear. Okay, so I will get this view image and save image as, and have it as JPEG, no problem, and save. Also here I want like entourage people, so let's say entourage people, PNG. Okay, PNG. Okay, you will have a lot of entourage people here. You can choose any of them because you searched as PNG, so you don't have to worry about the opaque edges here. You don't have to worry about cleaning them. You will have transparent edges. So choose whatever you want, and you can get nice images here. So I got something like this. Press that and then save image, make sure that it is still PNG here. So save. Okay, and I will simply put the background here, drag and drop. Okay, and I will have to manipulate this a little bit, but we will do this later also. So I will hit enter, and as you see, this layer is in front of my elevation, which I don't need. I want actually this to be behind. Okay, so I'll drag it here. Now I have a background. So just shortcut of V as vector, and I can just move the background here as I want. You don't have to worry about cutting this now or cleaning the background now. Okay, also another shortcut, Control T to manipulate the scale, and make sure that you use always Shift when you manipulate the scale to maintain the proportion. Okay, so you can have this scaled as you want. Okay, here example, say this here. Okay, yeah, I think this is not bad. Okay, and then when you have this almost adjusted, just hit enter, and as you still in move mode here, so you can just adjust this as required. And then okay, as you see here, I don't need this lower portion here. So I have my elevation and I have my background now, so I will crop that. Just go to crop and have this adjusted a little bit like this, and then hit enter. Now you have your elevation and the background. It depends. Sometimes the background is very crisp, which doesn't give you realistic effect actually. So if that would be the case, you can, this is of course optional, you can create another layer here with a color. Let's say this foggy color here. Okay, and then okay, and then you go to edit, fill the foreground color, and okay. Now I have this in front of this, but of course I don't want this to be opaque like that. I will manipulate the opacity here. I will manipulate the opacity to have the desired effect. Okay, perfect. So we have now the background and the foreground. Now, if I want to have a figure here, just again, I have the figure here, people. I will drag this here. Of course, okay, and I'll hit enter. Of course, this, I don't want this to be behind, and I want this to be in the foreground. So again, I will move this to the first row. Now press V to be able to move it, and Control T to manipulate the scale. Again, reminder, press Shift to maintain the proportion, and just go like this. And to be able to zoom, use Control and spacebar, and Shift here. Of course, You can move this here, for example. And again, this is too big. So I will adjust the scale to be appropriate and hit. I think this would be okay. Maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'll hit enter now. Now I have the figure in front of my building. So just double click on this hand tool to have zoom out. Okay, now as you see, guys, do you notice there is something wrong here? Okay, I'll give you a tip here. Do you see where the shadow direction is? Shadow direction going from left to right. But the figure here is the shadow is coming from right to left. And it is just one sun. So we have to manipulate this. We have to flip this to match the elevation. It is common sense. So I just go make sure that I am in the layer of this people, and then go to edit, transform, and flip horizontal. Now I can go to V again and have this adjusted. Now it is much realistic feeling. Okay, so again, if you want to have something here, like for example a logo or something, absolutely you can have of course you will have your own logo, but maybe I'll retrieve a logo here. So just an example, so let's say logo PNG, again PNG because I want transparency in it. So image, maybe I'll get any logo here, whatever you want to use. Okay, lots of logos. Okay, for example, I'm just searching for a nice one here or appropriate one. Okay. Restaurant logo PNG. Okay. Okay, let's get this for example. Let's see if it is PNG file. Okay, save image. Okay, so I'll get this, and I will just drag this here, and again using shift and this appropriately here. Okay, and enter. Now I have the logo, but it is too flat. So to have this as to look three-dimensional, but of course I don't want this to be actual three-dimensional. I will add some shadows. Okay, so to be able to do that, I make sure that I am in the right layer here and go to FX and drop shadow. So drop shadows here, it will give me a little bit of depth. Okay, now it is the direction also of the shadow is crucial. So we know where is the direction of the shadow, so we have to make sure that the shadow is appropriate. Okay. So you can tweak that as you want. Okay, so okay, now you will have your elevation with background, with figures, with a logo. Okay, so I wish you best of luck and see you. Bye bye.